Hello, my fellow truth seekers, worldwide truth seekers, worldwide patriots. Today it's the 11th July 2021 and I am busy doing a little walk in nature, and I'm now going back home. So I wanted to make my first ever video in English, because until now I only share a lot of videos and a lot of podcasts and round tables of my favorite patriotic analysts in the UK, USA, Canada, but also in the Netherlands. And I hear that a lot of these favorite patriots of mine always insist that everybody should try and make his own video with his own opinion, because as much of opinion we have and as much of let's say videos we share, the better it is, of course, for our case of getting the world free again. So this is my first tryout, you could say. It's only the start of getting more professional in the future. Of course, I'm going to do interviews with hopefully with my English-speaking patriotic favorite analyst that I have. I'm only going to put a few up here, but so many that I'm following. But I'm just trying to put some on, and so sorry for if I forget some of you, because I will put you then in the next video. So it's certainly not that I want to forget you guys. So I'm thinking of Mr. Trumptastic, I'm thinking of Michael K. Jaco, I'm thinking of the Patriot Street Fighter, I'm thinking of in Canada Tarot by Janine. I am thinking of in the Netherlands Peter Bierhoff, Danielle Stotein. I'm thinking of Dutch Digger. I'm thinking of Rob of Patriot Dutch Patriot Talk. I'm thinking of who I'm thinking of. So many analysts that I'm following 3 to 7 hours a day from March 2020 onwards, when I was getting awake, you could say. I was a big sleeper until, let's say, a year and a half ago. As I hear a lot of us were in that case. I was always in the more financial and insurance industry. I'm not going to go into detail today, but maybe in other things, maybe we'll go in a little bit more detail what I really did in that sector, because I did a lot of different things in these two, let's say, professional sectors where I was for, let's say, 35 years now that I'm working in that. But I'm certainly going to stop now fully with that, just taking care of the past, of course. Okay, so this is my first video, so don't take me on my English speaking, because I'm not an English native speaker. I'm a Belgian, but a Flemish Belgian. So the first thing that I want to do is to say that the Flemish Patriots, because therefore today, the 11th July, is our let's say not Independence Day, but let's say the Flemish the Flemish Day of the Patriots, because at 1302, the 11th July, we had a big battle in Kortrijk, in the Flemish side of Belgium, where we just went with, let's say, foot soldiers against the knights, the French knights, really the biggest thing that you have ever seen, that came to just kill everybody. And they were just the battle. We won the battle, so that's very famous for the Flemish guys. So I want to say to all my Flemish patriots, fantastic that we have our feast today, and yeah, just enjoy it fully. So on the other side, of course, as I'm following a lot of analysts, I also see that people are still in fear. And it's very important that we are not in fear anymore, because if we look really what's happening, I don't mean that you are following then the hypnosis television or radio or whatever, let's say MSM structures that you follow. So I would the first thing that I would say is just throw it out, or just leave it out. And just go towards searching alternatively, like I did from March 2020 onwards. There you will find the real truth. It's difficult to find, of course, you have to put your time in it, but you can really find it. So what we really see now, of course, with Mr. T now, that is restarting the rallies a few weeks ago in Ohio, and now a week ago in Florida. We really see again with let's say around 50,000 people that come, patriots that come listen to him. So that's really a big sign that the patriotism is growing and growing and growing. And so fear is not at his place here, because we are really on the winning hand in that war. And it's really a war, because it's maybe not a war where you see the bombs falling in your houses, but it's a big digital war, but also a war underground and above ground, but covertly that we don't see it. But the military and other special ops guys are doing really their best, and thank you very much. And I hope that you will not forget Belgium at the time when USA is back free, and that then you come and help your brothers here. And so really thank you very much for that. So Mr. T is again starting with his rallies, as we all know, and I'm following that always directly. And he's also very a comic guy. I really like to hear him speak, but he's really throwing, let's say, the reality into the ring. So you really see that he's not holding back anymore, and he's really going and get them all. So you really hear the things that he's saying is really it's really fantastic. And so you see that also with a word that we cannot say, starting with an A and ending with a T, in Arizona, but now also in a lot of more states in the USA. So there also a lot of hope, of course, coming towards us. And so I'm really also very happy to see that a lot of states in America are going to get that reality up, of what happened with the elections. So this is fantastic also. And then if you see what happened with the F and ending with the I, the Dr. Mengele of the USA. Also that the mails came out, and that it's a big maybe really we can be sure, I think, that he is now in prison already. So if you see that 2,000 mails came also to the upfront, that everybody could read them. So this is also a very big let's say help for us to understand that we are winning in that war. So please leave the fear behind, because we are really winning, and I think that big things are going to come in the coming months. A lot of say the 13th of August, but okay, timing is very difficult in a war. It's moves and counter moves, as we have seen. I missed a lot of them myself, that I was thinking then, and none of these timings were correct. Not because we are not correct, but because it's moves and counter moves, and it's like in a real war. But it's hopeful what we see, and it's also hopeful what we see that in a few weeks all the mails of let's say how is her name again, Maxwell, is also going to come in the open, and we know that the Epstein case is not finished. We hear big names are really falling now, so it's really hopeful, and I really like to see that. So here for my first video, it's of course not professional, it's just my walk, and I wanted to start my first video ever on the 11th July Flemish feast in Belgium. So the feast of the patriots, and for me it's a very good start of the first let's say non-professional video when I was walking, but we had to start somewhere, and so I start here. And thank you also very much to all these analysts. I said a few of them. I'm now forgetting a lot of others, but in more videos I'm going to put all these names up from the guys that I like a lot, in fact, that I'm following already from March 2020, most of them, others from July, or but yeah, a lot of them I follow a lot, and they are really giving reality of course we have to see if something is resonating with us, and if it's vibrating like we like. It's not always what they say is always not always what we think is our truth. So it's important that you follow a lot of analysts, and that then you make your personal truth, your what is vibrating with yourself. So I'm going to close for today with this, and I thank you very much for listening to me, and of course I'm going to do a lot of interviews in the coming weeks, months. I'm going to build that up towards a real platform. I'm going to do interviews hopefully with my favorite analysts, like I said, in the USA, UK, Canada and the Netherlands, and then of course also with specialists in systems, like in systems to get our water more pure, to get our food more pure, to get, let's say, energy related, like the magnetic, Tesla related, etc. These kind of things are really going to come in the coming months and years of my interviews that I'm going to do and bring to you real these kind of things. Thank you very much again, and I hear you very much. Bye bye, friends.